Hello everybody, my name is Tasman and welcome to another NZ Wild Adventure. So we made it to Doubtful Sound, so in this episode we're going to be exploring it for the next 5 to 7 days. Going to be diving, fishing, maybe hunting, see what we can find, have a little poke around, and then heading over the pass to Manapouri and back to the car in Southland. If you missed the previous episodes, I've brought my little 3.6 metre inflatable boat around from Southland through Dusky and Breaksea and Dag Sounds, and we're now in Doubtful Sound. It's still about 25 knots easterly, so it's blowing straight out of the sound. It's going to be very uncomfortable going further in, so I think we'll wait on this small island where we are at the moment until it breaks, hopefully tomorrow or the next day. We've got a bit of kaimoana to cook up from the last episode, and I'll have to go get some fresh water at some point because there's none on the island. Oh yeah, must be a touristy boat. It's camp, a wee bit windy overnight, but not too bad. It's a lovely day. The island's wicker. It's been a fairly strong easterly for the last 3 days, so straight out that way, but the swell's sort of increasing a little bit. I think the boat will be fine, but we'll keep an eye on her. Lovely cray and a cup of power from last episode. Aww. Couple of repairs for my food chest lid. Right, let's go find some fresh water. Still maybe 25 knots, but I think it's flattening off a bit at least. The Shelter Islands, and that's my one. That actually went pretty well, except I forgot the water bottles on the boat. That's where I'm staying out there on the Shelter Islands. This is Cascade Bay. They're pretty cool rocks. Nice bollard. Give a poke around. And there's not a lot of water in this river. Beautiful clear water. Awesome rocks. Any deer sign perhaps? Maybe some old stuff, but nothing fresh. We got to grab water there, so on to the next place. This looks like it. See if that works. Hey, we got some! Who knows how salty it'll be. That actually worked remarkably well. It's so sloppy in there. Very nice waterfall there. Clever Mr. Wicker. He pinched the power. I had all the stuff on top and he managed to open it and steal the power. Sneaky little thing. Wonder where they went. That's a bummer. I was looking forward to those power, but I guess the wicker got a good feed. Couple of kaka just above camp. Delicious. Beautiful morning. Still about 25 knots though. Coming out of the sound. So it'll be a wee bit uncomfortable heading further into the sound, but I think today's the day to move on because the swell's coming up a bit. Maybe a wee bit interesting trying to load the boat. It's probably a metre of swell in here. Right, let's see if there's any crays in my pot. Might have gotten sloshed around a bit. Nope, nothing. My suit's getting quite bad, isn't it? Just as well we've got the short way suit as well. It'd probably be quite a good wicker trap, to be honest. Right, let's see how this goes. I think they went alright. Sweet, just going to rearrange all of that. It's a very small marine reserve which goes through this channel, and this marks the start of it. Looking pretty calm actually. There's a small hut in here, but I'm not sure if it's open to the public to write my name in the hut book. Anyone home? Oh, you can use this hut. It's pretty cool. Just quickly write my name in here. I didn't realise that rats and mice have never established here. That's pretty cool. The tourist boat going past again. So I'm hopeful that there's a bit of traffic going over the Wilmot Pass Road because I didn't organise that bit of the trip. So I'm hoping that I can get a ride over. Incredibly rude. Bit of a burning furnace. So this is Blanket Bay Hotel. It's pretty cool. I just happened to cross the friends that I met in a previous episode. Have lunch with these guys. This is definitely a surprise. And it was nice, just caught up with the people that I met in Supper Cove in Dusky Sound 2 weeks ago. One of only 3 boats that I've seen on the whole trip. We'll go find somewhere to camp in Bradshaw Sound now. Thompson Sound. This is a wee bit easier than last time. Lovely. And honestly, how often is the water that clear in Fiordland? It clearly hasn't been raining very much. Yes, I think we'll come back here later to see if we can find a flounder. It's so nice and still. Unfortunately, we're a bit shallow to drag it through. Back the way we came. Right, I wonder if there's a little campsite just for me up here. This bush is a little tight knit for the tent, I think. Ooh, spider web. But ooh, some moss. Yep, this looks like the spot, right there. And then good anchoring just right here. Look how thick the moss is. There is a no anchoring zone just around the corner, but we're just outside of it, so no worries there. It's a lovely, smooth launching ramp. Sweet, and that is me. This might be the nicest campsite yet. Hardly any sandflies too. Right on the water. I started with 137 litres of petrol, and I now have about 25 litres left. So oodles enough to play around in Doubtful and then head up to Deep Cove. Andy from the Monoway, the boat earlier, gave me the 3-day weather forecast, and it's looking pretty nice, so I won't even throw the tarp over the tent unless it starts raining. Now this is the no anchoring spot from here to the other side, and there's a marine reserve down there. I wonder what this was for. Bit of a rope across this thing. It's pretty interesting. We'll go check out the end of Precipice Cove. More good floundering grounds. It's definitely quite cold in the shade. But a few deer would come out on there. I think I might try to catch a not blue cod for dinner, but I'll try to catch a wee spotty with this first. Oh yep, that was easy. Maybe I'll try to catch a couple and put the crayfish in the water tonight. Oh, oh, foul hooked. Sorry bro. Just grab a couple of rocks to throw in the pot. You and you. Nice. Right, spot number one. Might be kind of deep here. Very small. Right, next spot. Slightly bigger one. Just another Jock Stewart. There's plenty of these around. No luck on the line fishing except for a whole bunch of tiny baby Jock Stewarts. But it certainly won't catch anything on the shore. I'll have some tea while I wait for the tide to come in and for it to get dark. It's either me go in the water or drop the boat. That's so nice to be out of the wind. It's lovely. Right, let's go see if we can find a flounder or two. There's a wee Jock Stewart just chilling. Man, I can't see anything. Right, and so the hunt begins. Nothing along the northern bank. I found an itty bitty tiny baby flounder. But it's good to know there's at least one around. Haven't seen much else. I wish the camera could pick this up, but there's so much bioluminescence in the water, it's amazing. With each paddle stroke, it's just thousands of little bright sparkles. No way, I got a fish. What are the chances? A tiny fish. What is this fish? There's a lot of them around. I wonder if he'll be tasty. And back home before 11. Well, the tent and everything in it is quite wet this morning. But it looks like another beautiful day. But yeah, I think I'll put the fly on tonight. Let's go see if there's anything in the cray pot. Oh, it's frost on my seat. It was cold last night. Oh, there's a crayfish in it. Woohoo! No way. I got a crayfish. Hell yeah. Woof woof. First crayfish, first keepable crayfish for the cray pot. There's only a little one, but it's perfect. I've had the pot in the water for probably the last 2 weeks, and I've caught one female inberry and this nice little sized male. Perfect. And it is 62. Excellent. Lovely little crayfish. I'm thrilled. I think maybe I'll go for a little cook up. Unfortunately, I managed to cross thread my stove once, and the threads on the stove have been mounted a little bit, so it no longer wants the thread on, or it just holds on, which is quite sad. No, I just moved it and it fell off. So I'm just going to try wrapping some tinfoil around the threads. It's certainly worth a shot. Yeah, no leak on there. Sweet. Now, do not touch anything. It's definitely pretty cold. Huh, it's actually been eating something. I think we might have our thumbnail. Should do. Might fry my little sardine thing up as well. Oops. No! Oh no! That was terrible. Spear. Let's see if I can spear him twice. Hey, we saved it! Phew. If you know what he is, drop it in the comments. Good bit of succulent meat from the legs. About half an hour later, the sun's still being very reluctant, so we'll take breakfast out. It's good breakfast. The wee fish is good too. A lot like kahawai. Well, it's a beautiful day, so I think we might go for a bit of a blat and take the rifle up the Camelot River, see how far up we can get and maybe come across a deer. The water clarity is spectacular. But we're going up here. I'm so glad Whittaker's brought this one back for a short time. Some swans. Gonna get up here. It's very cold in here, but this is epic. Just a little deep, and this water is cold. That's the end of the river for me. That's pretty cool though. Ah, cool, there's some proper rapids up there. Haven't seen a single trout. Aha, permanent frost. This brings back memories of the Clarence. I think we might go stealth the rest of the way in case there's a deer out on these flats. Nice flat. It's about mid-tide at the moment. There's a lot of ducks here. But I haven't seen much in the way of deer sign. What a funny consistency. Much nicer in the sun. There's a little tag. I don't know what that means. Well and truly found what I was looking for in the shallows. Look at this. A whole bunch of crayfish. Let's see if we can get a bit of footage. Works pretty well actually. That's incredible. Big bit of wood. It's funny how much that looks like a black coral. If that's a black coral, then that's incredible. I don't know if I've seen them in real life before, but it certainly looks pretty cool. But now we're outside the marine reserve, I might try to catch a fish for dinner. Oh, there's more black coral down there. That's awesome. There's a couple of dolphins over there in the dolphin protection zone, so I'll just stay over here. Yep. Something quite a wee bit bigger. Fighting differently. Maybe blue cod. Nice big blue cod. That's dinner. Excellent. Sundown. I see why the reel's not working so well now. Wonderful. It's got some weird stuff on him. Bit of bruising maybe? Bit of blue cod, bit of onion rings and crayfish. Yeah, it's so soft. This blue cod is incredible. Got the crayfish going. No place I'd rather be. And while the sandflies have turned up, they're not too bad. And a bit of fish skin crackling for dessert. Little wee octopus. The cream bottle is just to keep the bottom bit of the line out of the weeds because the line sinks. Right, I think I might nip around the corner to Precipice Cove to see if I can find a flounder. It's pretty bloody dark, but I can just make out the outline of the valleys, so it'll be fine. 15 minutes later, we're in some prime looking flounder grounds. Well, here's a Jock Stewart. Decent sized one too. That looks like a sea lion. Yeah, that one's pretty big. It's huge. It's massive. Ideally won't jump into the boat. And he's super curious. I think I'll move on and try disturb him anymore. You can just see him in the distance there. And I think I worked that out that he's actually a leopard seal, which is why he's so big. Sand floating on the surface. Well, it looks like the flounder have given me the slip in Bradshaw sound. But it was so cool to see that leopard seal. Very good. Bit of wildlife. Definitely quite a lot drier with the tarp over the top. That's another super nice, calm, not raining day. Oh, nothing today. I'll just re-crisp the leftovers for breakfast. The sandflies have well and truly found this place. Sweet, I'm sure the moss will bounce back. All packed up. The cloud is coming in a little bit though. But today we're going to go jump in the water and see if we can find a crayfish. There's a wee private vessel. The second private vessel that I've seen for the whole trip. But down to my last 13 litres. And there's only 8 k's towards the entrance, so I think I'll go. and hopefully make it back to Deep Cove. Doesn't look like he's coming over here anyway. This is a nice day out here. Let's see if there's a campsite in here. Yep. This will do very nicely. That'll do. Ain't pretty, but she'll be right. Looks like the northerly's coming up a little bit, but should be still fine. We'll head around the corner. Extremely nice beach. Very cool little estuary. Goes on for miles. Wow. Oh yeah, there's a bit of old deer sign up here. I forgot to bring any oil for my reel, and it's getting extremely sticky. So it's not looking great for chasing trout. It started raining. Considering the spot. Wow, there's a good cave. Oh, just. This spot looks semi-decent near the entrance. Good, how are you guys? Bye. Forgot my blimmin' sock booties again. And my proper mask. At least I got the backup. Oh, it's kind of cold. The very cold water took a good 10 minutes to get used to. Loading the gun with the GoPro in hand proves for some shaky ass footage. Taking my first dive down, it's just the top meter of water that's cold, maybe 9 degrees. Under that is around 13, much more comfortable. It's cold on the surface because of the thin freshwater layer that floats on top of the salt water. If it had been raining more in the last week, this layer would be thicker and darker due to the tannins the rain carries down from the forests. Not much seen on these first few dives. And my backup mask kept filling up with water, most unpleasant. After 20 minutes of seeing very little, I decided that that was enough here. Oh, there was not a whole lot going on down there. I think we might move spots. Spot number 2. This spot was mostly large boulders and bedrock and didn't seem very fishy at all. Just making my way along the cliffside looking for any feelers. Here you can see the fresh and saltwater layers mix and slightly blur my vision. I swam perhaps 100 meters before spotting my first craze of the day. 2 nice bucks sitting out in the open. So I went in entirely too slow for the larger one. But he had nowhere to go, so after a short tussle I pulled him free. I decided to pop down and nab the other one as well, and I made my way back to the boat where the catch bag was. Gotta say, it's much harder to film everything well with the handheld GoPro. Soon after I found this nice patch of large power near a big cave. So I quickly dropped down and grabbed a couple of good-sized ones. Bit of a handful between the GoPro spear gun and 2 slippery power. Excellent, I was hoping to come across a couple of these. After bagging the power, I decided to try a third spot along the coast. Now that's enough for a feed, but I think I might drop back in and see if I can find a few more for a bit of footage. A few kinner and interesting salps floating around. It's raining quite hard. I'm glad I put the tarp on. Found this weird crane just a couple of meters. Nearby I spotted a likely looking rock in around 6 meters, which is just about my limit with not very much bottom time. But there were around 10 crayfish under there, including a very large buck. I'd heard about feeding kinner to crayfish from somewhere, so I went back up to find one. Heading back down to the nest, I dropped the kinner and tried smushing it. I should have opened it on the surface, but finally managed it by the end of my breath. I have the spear gun pointing away from me, of course. By the time I'd had a breathe up and headed back down, there was already a crayfish walking out for an investigation. It was so cool to see him so unafraid, the first time I've witnessed such behaviour. First time I'd tried feeding a crayfish, to be honest, but I thoroughly recommend trying it next time, it's fascinating. Unfortunately, I ran out of breath before he dragged it off. Whilst resting on the surface, I saw another cray walking in from 5 metres away. By the time I returned, the cray had already carried the half kinner back to his crack. And here's the other cray coming in, eventually making his way to the second half and tucking in out in the open. Quite a few other crayfish dotted around the spot. This large buck had an old half kinner shell in his grasp. That one had its own kinner. That's typical. Such a great dive. Fiordland is awesome. Oh, that was such a cool dive. I was a bit worried at the start because I couldn't find any crayfish. And it was so cool to see them come out to eat that kinner that I broke up. I've heard about that before, but I've never seen it in real life, so it was amazing. Bit of a treat, eh? Oh, back by 5. It's very nice when there's a bit of a beach to walk along. It's quite cute. Man, I really overcated, so I think I've got enough for another 2 weeks. Who knows if this will be good, but I did want to use up a few things. It's delicious actually, the powder's nice and tender. Right, it's raining a wee bit more than I thought it would. And everything's turning into a puddle. Definitely glad I put camp where I did, not in there. Looks like we've got a very slight southerly change on our hands. But I think I'll pack up camp and head in closer towards Deep Cove. Just in case the southerly comes off a bit. Wow, disgusting. But I think it's time to retire the old pot. But I just cut the netting out so it doesn't trap anything before the flax can rot. Fair amount of rain fell on the boat. Nobody home. Just write my name in Hutwick. Just in case something happens on the way to Deep Cove. Very nice place. So right now we're here at Deep Cove, and I think we'll end up somewhere here tonight. Tomorrow head to Deep Cove, try and get a ride over to Manapouri, and then drop the boat here, go collect the car which is down here. Yeah, it's quite cold today, I might need to put on an extra layer. Rain seems to have eased back a little bit, looks lovely. Man, I'm shocked I got that on. See how long it sticks on there for. Hey, we got hot water. Just gonna do a hot water bottle. Oh, that's so nice. Try and dry out the hands a bit. I boiled the water for the crayfish at least. I realised that I was still wearing my life jacket, so behold the hands-free umbrella holder. It doesn't look great. But it tastes delightful. Right, let's go see if we can find a flounder. What with the rain and the fresh water and the tannins, it's all a bit difficult to see. Ooh, this is much better visibility. My hopes are high. It really is no good when it's raining like this. It's not even raining. Nice. And 4 weeks just went by in a flash. But this morning I'm just going to go up to Deep Cove and see if I can find somebody to take me over the pass to Lake Manapouri. And I think we have just enough petrol to get to Deep Cove, and then I'll have to get a little bit more to get over Lake Manapouri. And I gotta say, I brought the exact right number of these lithium ion 18650 cells. These are all the used ones, and these are the ones that I've got left. This is how I charge all my cameras, just 3 lithium ion cells makes 12 volts, and then just a regular car cigarette lighter thingy. And that way I can also charge 12 volt things. In the end, a bit of polythene rubbish that I picked up worked a bit like thread tab. It worked pretty well. There's a thing behind camp. Maybe an old boat or shed or something. Yeah, maybe an old shed. Interesting. That was an excellent little campsite, and the tide only came up to about here. That's us. Spear's been good. I will grab my rope as well. Ah, it's fresh snow on the tops. It's pretty cold in here. Excellent. Well, Simon from the hostel has seen the videos and he's agreed to take me across to Lake Manapouri, so I'll just roll the boat up and we'll head across. And I've got about 3 litres left. Perfect. Fantastic. Made it to Manapouri and it's only 1 o'clock. Thanks very much to Simon and Nikia for the ride over. 15 extra litres for the ride across Manapouri. There's a big spider surprise inside the boat. I wonder where he came from. Well, ready to go by 2:45. I did not know that. So the generation is directly underneath this lake. Can find a campsite for the night. Nice and calm. I'm glad this 25 knot choppy sea isn't going the other way. Definitely made it too soft. Might just blow it the rest of the way. Oh, there's some geese. We'll have to try shoot one of those. They've swum all the way out there, probably 300 metres away by now. Very sneaky geese. It's fascinating. Something on this island has pulled up all the moss, rooted through it. Right, here we go. We've got half an hour of light left, so I think I might head over to the small island and hope that the geese come a bit closer. I reckon they know that you're not allowed to shoot from a boat. Stealth mode activated. Right. And we just need to wait for them to come a little closer. Probably 200 metres away at the moment. Oh, they never came close enough for a shot, unfortunately. They just went around that corner. I gave that bigger cray to Simon, so back to noodles tonight. Wee bit boring after the last few weeks. A rare sunrise for the channel on my little private island. Lovely. Well, my camping stove has managed to limp to the finish line. And the boat's still sitting there most happily. It's a beautiful morning in paradise, and it's just half an hour to the boat ramp, and I've got a friend coming to pick me up, thanks Clint, to take me back to my car, so it's going to be much easier than hitching. I had an absolutely incredible time. It was an amazing trip. It's really hard to put into words, but the biggest trip of my life, probably the trip of a lifetime, but you know I'll be back. But I saw so many things and caught so much stuff. Crayfish, blue cod, smoky, power, flounder in the shallows, chamois in the tops. And the weather was absolutely incredible. Like, I think I had about 7 days of rain over the last 4 weeks. How crazy is that for fiordland in the middle of winter? And in terms of temperature, it was pretty balmy. I used 135 litres and went about 560 kilometres in fiordland, and then across Manapouri another, I don't know, 5 or so litres. But thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this little series. If you did, please like the video or even drop us a comment if you feel like it, because that really helps the channel out. And I will see you in the next adventure. Aha! I thought we were leaking a little bit. That's me all packed up. So much crap. A 3.6 metre inflatable around from Southland, past... If you missed the previous episodes... Excellent, I was hoping to come across the cover. Excellent, I was hoping to come across canoe before. And it was so cool to see them come out to the... and it was so cool to see them come out to eat that cake. 15. But now we're outside the marine reserve. I might try to catch a fish. Testing 1 2 3 4. That was an absolutely amazing trip. Testing 1 2 3 4. That was an absolutely incredible trip. I had an absolute blast. I had an absolute blast. Due to the tannins, the rain carries down from the forests. Such a stupid sentence. If it had been raining more in the last week, the sleigh would be thicker and darker due to the tannins the rain carries down from the forests. So we went entirely too slowly for the large one, but he had nowhere to go, so after a short tussle I pulled him free.